All right, so my camera was lovely and cut out in the middle of a video, so you didn't get to see me introduce this to the kids, so I thought I'd just show you this. This is the paragraph I gave them at the beginning of class. They just had to write it down and do like a daily edit, DOL kind of thing. But these edits were focused on parallel structure and pronoun antecedents. That's two areas that they really struggled on in the ISATs. So this was just kind of like a bell ringer type of thing that we started the day out with. And they seemed to understand it pretty well. This class did. My other class I learned really needed, they need another day going over that. So tomorrow I'll probably put another paragraph up there and we'll go over that some more because they knew the changes they needed to make, but they didn't understand why they needed to make them. There's the bell. So we're going to go over that so that the language of the ISATs, when they take them in a couple of weeks, that the language does not stump them. You saw me go over the prologue of Romeo and Juliet, but I'll show you some of the work that we've been doing. So I guess I could almost attach these too, but this was just some informational packets about Shakespeare, and with their groups they filled out these sheets that gets the key information about Shakespeare's life, and then I went over them in more detail. So they had about 5 minutes to go through each subject with their group, and then we talked about it. Then yesterday, their assignment was this one. So they took this sheet that gave some common words of Shakespeare, how to translate them. So they had these. They're going to keep these throughout the entire play, so that way they can check some of the language if they're confused. And then they had to first change Shakespeare's language into what we would say today, and then down here they had to change what we would say today into Shakespeare's language. So it cut out while we were going over this assignment. They had already done it, and a couple of them needed to wrap up, and the rest of them discussed their answers and made sure that their answers seemed the same, talk to each other through if they weren't, and then they had to make up their own, put something that they would commonly say today, and then write it in Shakespeare's language, and they had fun with that. That's just my answer key. And then we watched a video on the Three Little Pigs in Shakespeare's language. So it was a story that they're very, that they know very well. That kind of showed them, as long as they know the context well, they would be able to understand Shakespeare. So we're going to start the play tomorrow. I had a track meet today, so I was missing half of my class. So that's going to be interesting. But so we decided to wait to start Romeo and Juliet tomorrow, assign roles, and go through it. In this class, I've got 2 freshman classes. One class is not excited about reading Romeo and Juliet, and this one is. So I'm excited to see what they do. I may record a little bit tomorrow too, since I didn't quite make that half-hour mark today.